Good morning everyone, my name is Alex Dodds. Welcome to episode 70 of Dodds Diaries. Today is Thursday, 26th of April. It's now coming up towards 5 o'clock in the morning. And today is my last ever long distance journey on discounted rail tickets. And today will be a good one. The one I always look forward to. On Tuesday I did the most northerly point of the West Coast Main Line and the East Coast Main Line, and today I do the most southerly points, and that is of course London. The place I always like to go. Starting here in Cheshire Street, and it's going to be a little different this time because I'm actually starting in my car. And here it is, folks. A 2013 Ford Fiesta 1.25 Z-Tech. I've had for about over a year now, and it's lovely, and I love it. So I'm going to be driving here from here to Newcastle, and I'll be parking up in Grainger Town multi-storey car park. £6 for an all-day ticket, so park up there, and obviously I'll be collecting my car there when I get back. I'll explain everything when I get to Central Station. Meantime, let's get driving. So what I'm doing here is a taster of what's to come in future Dodds Diaries. I've always been wanting to do Dodds Diaries on the road. Now at the roundabout, the A167. Those lights don't half change quickly, I can tell you that. This can be a bit of a confusing roundabout because it's a multi-lane one, and sometimes local knowledge does help round here. And away we go. On the A1. The speed is quick, getting up to 70 miles per hour. This time of the morning it's usually dead. At least get to Newcastle before the rush hour traffic hits. Past Washington services. The lane to the far right, that's the A194, that will take you to South Shields. Speed limit dual carriageway. Back to the left lane. If you're going to the metro centre as well. turn off for us. I don't think I've ever drove into Newcastle before, but, well, apart from a Pass Plus lesson. Anyway, here we go, the home straight. The outskirts of Dunstan that we're going through. Just coming up to the Redheugh Bridge that we passed across over the Tyne. To drive here during the rush hour traffic. It'd be horrible. Just need to get in the right lane here. Doing very well so far, so good. Now there's one thing with this city that you need to be careful for, and that's the bus lanes, because Newcastle has some of the most nastiest bus lanes ever. The multi-storey is just to the left here. Oh, this is a very narrow one, this. My God, this is much narrower than what I thought it was. But right, off out I go. We're off to London today. We're getting the 5:59 from here to London King's Cross direct, and we're due there at 09:08. It'll be an HST. It's actually the daily service from Sunderland to King's Cross. Not a Grand Central, but a normal Virgin train service. The train comes via the Metro line, East Bolton and Brockley Winds, Hewitt, etc. Down there 9:08. And down there, of course, I'll be doing some terminals. I plan to do Liverpool Street straight away. It's a station I always keep my fingers crossed with. Also, I'll be going to London Bridge Station I've not been there for 8 years, and since then the station has been completely rebuilt, and I've been looking forward to going and seeing that again. So it means I'm heading into Southeastern and Southern Territory as well as Thames Link. As usual, I always do King's Cross and Euston station when I'm down there, and I think I might do maybe Victoria or Paddington station as well. Getting round in the tube, so today I'll have to mind the gap, please. Still reminds us of me holiday in Paris when I went last September. Hopefully everything will be fine down there. It is, of course, jobs worth land, that there's always a 50% chance that something will go wrong, but just think happy things and everything will be fine. We leave there at 10 o'clock tonight, and I get back here for 2 in the morning, and then I drive home. Now, that car park I'm parked in, Grainger Town multi-storey. It's £6 for an all-day ticket, and that car park is bloody narrow. But if you're driving a long car, you're probably best off not going in there. But for my little hatchback, it's alright. You've also got to be careful because certain spaces are reserved for permit holders and those who stop in the hotel, etc. But thankfully, I found one straight away as soon as I got in. So that's that settled. No problems. Meantime, let's enjoy today. It's my last ever journey on a rail card as well before I go on full adult fares.
morning, welcome aboard the stage 559 version train service calling at Durham, Darlington, York, Peterborough, arriving into London King's Cross at 9:06. My name is Brian, the train manager for this journey. If you've just joined us, please make sure that we're stored on the right provided and all eyes clear. If you're in Equine coaches at the B and J, please switch electronic equipment silent and make all telephone calls at the vestibule. Given facilities are available through bars open and situated in Coach J. We also have an aft-seat standard class trolley service, and for those in first class seat complimentary offer is available. For further details, refer to your menu cards or ask a member of the team. If you see something that doesn't look right, please contact staff or text British Transport Police on 61016. This is your 701 Virgin train service calling at Peterborough, then on to London King's Cross. Expected arrival time of 9:06. My name is Brian, your train manager for this journey. If you just joined us there at York, please make sure luggage is stored in the racks provided. No racks there. If you're in a quiet coach's B&J, please switch electronic equipment silent to make all telephone calls in the vestibules. Kitchen facilities are provided, food bar is open, situated in coach J for standard class passengers. We also have an upbeat standard class trolley service, and for those in first class, a complimentary breakfast offer is available. For further details, refer to menu boards and scan numbers and feed. If you see something that doesn't look right, please come.
Drinks or snacks? Refreshments?
This is your 811 Virgin train service, which is now direct to London King's Cross Express at around the time of 9:06. My name's Brian, your train manager for this journey. If you just joined us, please make sure luggage is stored in the racks provided, keep no eyes clear. If you're on a quiet coaches, B&J, please switch your electronic equipment to silent to make all telephone calls in the vestibule. Care facilities are provided, food bar is open and situated in coach J. We'll also have one final run of the off-seat standard cost trolley service starting from the rear coach B. Not for those in first class, the complimentary offer is being served. Further details, refer to your menu codes, ask a member of the team. If you see something that doesn't look right, please contact staff or text British Transport Police on 61016.
Morning. Oh, it's at Citra Venues. It's at Victoria. Do you know it's at Victoria? Well, it's Pimlico. Yeah. Etc. ETC. Yeah. I'll see if I can. I'm just coming to the station now, so I should be with you soon. Okay, see you in a bit. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, shortly rather than cross to the next station, London King's Cross. Please have a final look around to make sure you have all personal belongings with you, and when I like the train, do mind the guards to train the platform edge. Also retain your tickets as ticket gates may be in operation. Once again folks, if you see something that doesn't look right on board one of our trains on stations, please contact the staff or text British Transport 61016. Aboard the onboard team, back at Chalmers Virgin trains up London King's Cross in a few moments' time.
Nice to see. Right, now in London, now at King's Cross station. It's now 9:10. Just come off the HST to the right. I will come to this station later on. The first one I'm going to go to is Liverpool Street. Fingers crossed for this one.
The next station is Moorgate. Change for the Northern Line and National Rail Services.
Find the gap between the train and the platform. Find the gap between the train and the platform.
This is Moorgate. The next station is Liverpool Street. This is a Hammersmith and City Line train to Barking. The next station is Liverpool Street. Change for the Central and Circle lines and National Rail Services.
Find the gap between the train and the platform.
Right, here we are, first spotting session of the day, and I'm at Liverpool Street Station, terminus of the Great Eastern Main Line from Norwich, also one of the 4 stations on the Monopoly board, along with Fenchurch Street, King's Cross and Marylebone. And I'm off to a fab start, signed in, no problem, nice lady she was. Here's what we've got. We're in Greater Anglia territory. We've got a 321 Dusty Bin down there, a 379 there, and also now the London Overground now runs from here to Shenfield and also Enfield as well. Now in the other half of the station, and what we have over there is an ex First Capital Connect, Class 321 Dusty Bin, I think. There's another greater angular 321 here. They're named Dusty Bins in reference to the old TV show, game show from the late 70s and 80s called 321. That is a 360 D0 down there, D0, I think that's how it says. And something else is coming in. Something of interest I'd like to show you over here. There is one of the new Crossrail Class 345 trains. They look very, very nice. Right, I'm going to go and sign out. Next stop for me is London Bridge Station. Quite a good session in here. Now, we'll move on. Outside of London Bridge Station, and if we take a look right the way up, this is the Shard. It's an amazing building that, and I would just love to go to the very top of that. Turning my neck actually looking up at it as well. Right, here I am in the transformed London Bridge station. I've not been in this one for 8 years now, and what a massive difference it is. The train shed that used to be here is long gone now. The old canopies, they're all long gone. You can see now each station has the canopies have all been rebuilt, and it's looking good. We are also in the shadow of the Shard, which is right next to us as well. You can't see it from this platform. Now we're in Southern, Southeastern and Thames Link territory. We've got a 455 down there. There's another one over there. There are more trains on the other half, but you can't see them from here. And here's a 377 coming in. They're kind of nice trains to have a ride on.
The next train to depart from platform 15 will be the 11:40 Southern service to Western Croydon. Calling at South Bermondsey, Queen's Road, Peckham, Peckham Rye, East Dulwich, North Dulwich, Tulse Hill, Streatham, Streatham Common, Norbury, Thornton Heath, Selhurst and Western Croydon. This train is formed of 8 coaches. Platform 15 for the 11:40 Southern service to Western Croydon. The next train to depart from platform 13 will be the 11:42 Thameslink service to Brighton. Calling at East Croydon, Gatwick Airport, Three Bridges, Balcombe, Haywards Heath and Brighton. This train is formed of 12 coaches. Peckham Rye, East Dulwich, North Dulwich, Tulse Hill, Streatham, Streatham Common, Norbury, Thornton Heath, Selhurst and Western Croydon. This train is formed of 8 coaches. Platform 15 for the 11:40 Southern service to Western Croydon. The next train to depart from platform 13 will be the 11:42 Thameslink service to Brighton. Calling at East Croydon, Gatwick Airport, Three Bridges, Balcombe, Haywards Heath and Brighton. This train is formed. Platform 6 for the 12:02 Southeastern service to Gravesend. Calling at Hither Green, Lee, Nottingham, New Eltham, Sidcup, Albany Park, Bexley, Crayford, Dartford, Stone Crossing, Greenhithe, Swanscombe, Northfleet and Gravesend. This train is formed of 8 coaches.
Inspector Sands announcement going off. Someone doesn't call it any moment,
West, north.
we might have to evacuate.
House west, north. Will Inspector Sands please report to back of house west, north?
This is due to congestion caused by earlier delays.
Right, I finished there. It's now coming up to 12:07. I'm going to finish my train spotting for now. Jubilee line is suspended. I'm going to go to Westminster next for quickness. I'm going to go and sign out, catch one of these to Charing Cross, and have a walk along the embankment. That'll be nice. For quickness, we're on a Southeastern train heading to Charing Cross.
The next station is Waterloo.
Probably stop we call that is Waterloo. That's London Bridge over there. Round here is Bury Market somewhere. We're just passing over the Triangle Junction that goes to Cannon Street. See St Paul's Cathedral from here. Now that line to the right turns on to Blackfriars. To Waterloo East now. On the other side is Waterloo Station, which I don't think I'll be doing today.
We will shortly be arriving at Waterloo East. Please check that you have all of your personal belongings when leaving the train, and keep them with you at all times whilst on the station. If you see anything suspicious, please report it to a member of staff or the police.
So you're saying that they want some performance spots in between courses. I know that you know this, but just to kind of double check that they know that we're not the sort of musicians that wonder about right. So they're happy for us to play
On this side, that's Waterloo station just there. The busiest in London. Well, central London that is. And we're about to cross over the River Thames. And there's the London Eye just there. Yeah, I would love to go on that. Get to see Big Ben, which is covered up in scaffolding. And we're going up close to that shortly. Just passing between the Golden Jubilee bridges as we head into Charing Cross. And I think I'm going to have a little waddle on the embankment.
We will shortly be arriving at London Charing Cross. Please check that you have all of your personal belongings with you when leaving the train, and keep them with you at all times whilst on the station. If you see anything suspicious, please report it to a member of staff or the
Oh dear. I'm at Charing Cross. Tried to sign in there. Unfortunately, it didn't go well. Fortunately, network rail in that station don't really know what they're doing. Shift station manager telling us I need a ticket from Southeastern. So it's gone a bit wrong there. Anyway, moving on. Walked down to Trafalgar Square, which is just down here. Do you know what? I think that's it's a long time since I had a hiccup like that. Very, very long time. But, well, that's one station I'll not be trying again. Oh well. So here I am at Trafalgar Square. Nelson's Column, just here. It's the National Gallery over here. In there there's a painting called the Haywain, which a lot of people go to see. Whitehall is just down that way. See, we've got some of the London Red buses, which is London is of course famous for, as well as the black hackney cabs. It's nice and sunny today. I like that water feature. statues like King George V up there. Apart from that hiccup at Charing Cross, all in all today's done pretty good. I'll go to on top of the one of the Golden Jubilee bridges alongside Charing Cross, on top of the Thames. London Eye's there. Westminster Bridge is just across there, going over there shortly. Big Ben, as you can see, is of course covered up in the scaffolding, and it's not chiming for a good few years, apart from Remembrance Day and New Year. And there's Charing Cross station there. That's one station that'll be thrown in the bin for today. God. Some Southeastern trains just there. Thankfully I have done that one before.
My lords, stand clear of the doors.
Please reply for the next train to
Right, now in Westminster, and this is Whitehall that I'm on. The very centre of British government. A lot of government buildings are around here. A lot of departments. Somewhere down there is Downing Street. There's a lot of Boris Master buses here. In fact, I think I'll take a little walk down to Downing Street. Here is the cenotaph. Got the cabinet war rooms just here. This is the entrance to Downing Street. So number 10 is just around the corner, somewhere over there. I don't know if the Prime Minister is in today. She might be in Parliament, actually. Downing Street has been fenced off like this since the late 80s. These policemen, they are armed police. Now on top of Westminster Bridge, over the River Thames. Let's have a look down the Thames. eyes there. A lot of the riverboat cruises are here. It'd be nice to go on one of them one day. It'd be one of the best ways to see London, of course. It's a Charing Cross to the left down there. Them Golden Jubilee bridges are there. And unfortunately this is the sad side of Big Ben, covered up in Stapleton for a good couple of years. At least they're showing one face of the clock while they're doing the works. Unfortunately that of course will not chime for a good couple of years as well. There's the House of Parliament there. Down there is Waterloo Bridge. You've noticed they put the barriers in on the bridge now. This is to stop any more attacks like the one in March last year, which happened here. So they put these, and also on a few of the other bridges as well. Hey, lovely day it is. Right, now we'll move on to try another station, and I'm going to have a try at Victoria. Haven't been there since 2012, so let's see what happens there. Hopefully a bit better than Charing Cross.
Once again,
via Victoria and Euston, Kensington.
To 3, and I'm now at Victoria Station, a major station serving the southeast of England. Southeastern and Southern trains go from here, as well as Gatwick Express to Gatwick Airport. Bit better luck signed in this time. This is one half of the station, the other half is in there. So the other half is where a lot of the southern services go from. The next station down the line from here is Battersea Park. There's a Southern 377 in there. And we got some Southeastern networker trains. This is a 465 here. There's another one down there. And that I think is a 375 down there. I'm going to be here maybe for about half an hour at least.
depart from platform 1 will be the 14:55 Southeastern service to Orpington via Penge East, calling at Brixton, Herne Hill, West Dulwich, Sydenham Hill, Penge East, Kent House, Beckenham Junction, Shortlands, Bromley South, Bickley, Petswood and Orpington. This train is formed of 8 coaches. Platform 1 for the 14:55 Southeastern service to Orpington via Penge East.
There is one charter I would love to go on that goes from here, and that's the Venice Simpson Orient Express. Usually departs from platform 2 here. It takes it at Folkestone. You then go through the Channel Tunnel on the Eurotunnel, and then you're in a charter train from Calais all the way to Venice, I think. Very pricey though, but really, really posh.
Buckingham Junction, Wandsworth Common, Balham, Streatham Hill, West Norwood, Gypsy Hill, Crystal Palace, Sydenham, Forest Hill, Hope Park, Brockley, New Cross Dent and London Bridge. This train is formed of 10 coaches. Due to short platforms, passengers for West Norwood and Sydenham should board the front 8 coaches. Platform 11 for the 50/90 Southern service to London Bridge via Crystal Palace.
Okay, it's now 25 to 4. Here I am, Buckingham Palace, home of Her Majesty the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh. Love to go and meet her one day. The flag is up there, which means she is currently in residence at the moment. I think that's what it means. Right down that way is the Mall. Really busy around here. Hey, Buckingham Palace, it is amazing to look at. It's massive as well. Look, we've got some of the, I think, look through the wall. We've got here the Grenadier Guards. Their duties. I'd like to be here when they do the changing of the guard one day. There's also a troop in the colour. Their military moves can be done with absolute precision. These boys are amazing.
mevrouw, gaan we winkelen nu? Gaan we winkelen?
Before I go to Euston, let's take a look at probably the most famous hotel in London at 150 Piccadilly, next to Berkeley Street. That is, of course, the Ritz Hotel. An amazing hotel it is. Opened in 1906 by Caesar Ritz. It probably produces the finest French food in the country. Created by Chef John Williams, NBE. All the menus inspired by one of the most legendary of chefs, Escoffer. I actually got the chance to go in the lobby and get some photos. Big thank you for the Ritz staff at the door. They actually allowed us. Hey, brilliant. I even got to meet the legend, Michael de Cruza, the legendary porter. Meantime, I'm going to go and jump on the Victoria line. Oh, and here is one of the original Route Master buses. What a brilliant day.
waiting.
Like us, 19 Sheffield. Yeah, like
Right, I'm now at Euston Station, the terminus of the West Coast Main Line. It's coming up towards 10 to 5. Getting towards the rush hour now, so it's going to get more busier. Good chance to time this because trains will come in double length, especially the London North Western Railway services. It's a bit of a mouthful saying that now that London Midland are not here anymore. So let's see what we got. Piccadilly down there. One of the new, there's a London, not London Midland, London North Western Railway. 350 there. Couple of them there. Got the Pendolinos. There's a new Pendolino, well, the new livery ones there, refurbished. A double set Voyager just there. That's going to go up to Chester, well, Holyhead actually. Another Pendolino and another 350 is just there.
Watford Junction, Apsley, Hemel Hempstead, Burton and Surrey. This train is on 8:30.
That is an ex-Thameslink / First Capital Connect Class 319. Some got cascaded to Northern, and some got cascaded to London North Western Railway.
terminate at Chester. Will passengers intending to travel on this service please join the train now, as it is ready to leave. Platform 14 for the 17.
Right, little one sign out here of Euston. Hopefully I can get King's Cross station done next, which is what I'm going to do. And then that should hopefully complete my transport in London. If I have time, I might be able to squeeze one more terminal in. Getting really busy now as we head to rush hour.
Stand there instead. Get angry.
And we're at the Northern Line.
This is the Northern Line train by map. Mornings. Metropolitan, Piccadilly and Victoria lines and national and international rail services.
Okay, now at King's Cross, it's 10 to 6. The terminus of the East Coast Main Line, the most southerly point. So Tuesday I was at the most northerly point. Today the most southerly. We have in here at the moment two 91 Mark IVs. We've got the Class 90 036 named driver Jack Mills, that's in the DB Schenker livery. One of Thamesline's new trains, the new Class 700s. Got the Virgin East Coast HST there, and a rate of 2 Class 365s. Within the rush hour, trains will be running in double set formation, and they'll run more frequent than what they do at normal times. Right, this station's now done. That's now 5 terminals I've done today. Now, I'm going to sightsee between now and 10 o'clock. I've got 3 hours and 45 minutes to go. I'm going to get back on the tube and I'm going to go to... I feel like going to Oxford Circus. We'll have a look at Oxford Street. I'm now at Oxford Street. Just had me dinner. Take a look. This is probably the busiest shopping street in all of London. All the big high street shops are around here. And for most of them, they would be declared as their flagship stores. We've got a number of buses here. Gemini's, a couple of Boris Masters I've seen as well. They're still called Boris Masters after the previous mayor, Boris Johnson. There's big shops like M&S, Topman, Topshop, House of Fraser, John Lewis, they're all along this street. I'm going to go to Piccadilly Circus, but rather than getting the tube, we'll have a walk down Regent Street, which I am on now. I don't think I have done before, actually. Still walking down Regent Street, I bumped into Hamley's toy shop. Just on the way down now, I've just been in there. Had one of their waffles as well, that was absolutely delicious. Piccadilly Circus is at the end of Regent Street, round that long bend. Now I'm at Piccadilly Circus. It's the famous Piccadilly Circus signs, and they've now been refurbished. They're back on now. This is now powered by LED technology. So these now can be changed to anything. Got Shaftesbury Avenue, which is just up there. And that's the 38 to Victoria going past. Right, I'm going to have a crack at Waterloo station, so we're going to go there.
Embankment. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform. Change here for the Circle, District and Northern Line. This is a Bakerloo Line train to Elephant and Castle.
Right, it's now 8:10. I've got some time. Here I am at Waterloo Station, Southwestern Railway territory. What previously used to be Southwest Trains. It's now rebranded. So we've got loads of them here. Two class 450s down there. 15. Is that a 158 or 159? It's a 159. Another 450 coming in. This is the main terminus of the Southwestern main line from Weymouth. Well, that's the most direct line you get, the long distance line you get into here. That's a new class 707 coming in. And this one coming out is a 444 EMU. Just over there is the old Waterloo International terminus. A few platforms in there, although one of them has been brought back into use. And you can see up there we've got the London Eye, which is starting to shine in its red colour. It's actually known as the Coca-Cola London Eye. Further down the line, you're heading towards Vauxhall, Queenstown Road, and of course, busiest station in Europe, Clapham Junction.
Please stand down while clear of all the for holding inconvenience or
This train will
Right, I'm gonna go and sign out. I've done 20 minutes here, and that's it. That's all I really need is here. Those trains are in and out literally all the time. I'm gonna make one stop off at Leicester Square on the way back to King's Cross.
National Rail Services. Upon arrival, the first set of doors will not open. Customers in the first carriage, please move towards the rear doors to leave the train. Charing Cross. Change here for Piccadilly and international rail services. This is a Northern Line train terminating at Edgware.
Right, it's now 9 o'clock on the dot. I'm at my last sightseeing stop off, and here I am, the glitz and glamour of Leicester Square. You really get a buzz round here, with nightclubs and theatres and bars and restaurants, everything. A night out here would be fantastic, and lit up at night, Leicester Square, the dead is brilliant.
Mai gândește-te, bă, ce vrei să faci, că dacă nu stai numai ce facem, ce vrei tu.
Sorry, yeah, exactly. I never started with thinking for right now, exactly. All right. Maybe it's like
back to Newcastle, 2200 service, and I've got an HST. It's alright. Bumped into one of my lovely friends at St Pancras International, Leanne Faden. Oh, and she was absolute over the moon to see me. And it made my evening as well. So, I don't know if I've got a bit of a lipstick on my cheek.
No.
Passengers to 2200 Virgin train service to Newcastle. We'll be calling at Peterborough, Grantham, Newark, Doncaster, York, Northallerton, Darlington, Durham, and scheduled to arrive into Newcastle at 2:30. Please have passengers to store luggage in the racks provided, keeping all aisles, vestibules and doorways clear. Safety information is available, and this can be found in all vestibules. Quiet coaches are Coach J in first class accommodation and Coach B in standard accommodation. Catering services are available. You can find a food bar in Coach J towards the centre of the train, serving a wide selection of hot and cold refreshments. arriving into Doncaster. If you're leaving us here, you too please take good little. Make sure you keep your personal belongings with you and please take care while awaiting this service.
Just up there is the new Azuma trains. Can't wait to get a ride on one of them one day. We're just coming into Doncaster. It's at midnight. Between Doncaster and York. And on this particular occasion, this train is actually taking the diversionary route. According to real-time train info, we are getting diverted via Nottingham, South Milford, Shevman Elmet, Church Fenton and Ulscliffe. And we're due into York at 20 to 1. Just past Nottingham. Further along the line is Pontefract. Now at York, it's now 41 minutes past midnight. From here on, the train is set down only.
Passengers to 1241 Virgin Train Service to Newcastle. We're calling at Northallerton, Darlington, Durham, and we're scheduled to arrive into Newcastle at 2:30. Safety information is available. This can be found in all vestibule inns. Flight coaches are coach J in first class accommodation and coach B in first accommodation. Catering services are still available. You can find the food bar in coach J towards the centre of the train, serving a wide selection of hot and cold refreshments.
Anybody like any red wine? Anybody like any red wine? It's for free. Any red wine? Anybody like any red wine? It's for. Anybody like any red wine? Anybody like any red wine? Anybody like any red wine?
arriving Newcastle, your service will terminate. But please take good look around, make sure you've got your personal belongings with you. Please take care when alighting this service. Newcastle in a few moments' time.
Right, back at Newcastle, it's now 10 to 2 in the morning. Before I jump in my car and drive home, I think I'll grab myself a little coffee. Right, I've had my coffee. I had to go to a little newsagent and get one because McDonald's was full of a big queue of people who had just come out the pubs and nightclubs getting the Big Mac and chips. Anyway, it's time for me to hit the road. Right, folks, let's see if we can get out this multi-story. And when I'm tired as well. Right. Have told me to be careful getting out of this because that is mine. I tell you what, we weren't wrong. That is absolute narrow as out. You just rotate it nice and gently. Shouldn't be too much of a problem getting out of the city here. Time we draw. To the A1. just turning off the A1 down to the multi-lane roundabout, junction 63. And this roundabout is where local knowledge does help. See, I'm in this lane. What I'll do, I need to follow A167, keep in this lane, worse when it's wet because you can't see the road markings on this one. To turn off at Charing Street Town Centre, up here, you need to get in that right lane, and also there's a right lane that cuts off just up here. And I've seen a few people get caught out on this easily. By the way, what I'm doing here is a taster of what's to come in future diaries, when I do Dodds Diaries on the road. That might be happening more considering that this has been my last ever day out on discounted rail tickets. As I'm coming into the town centre, I'm going to sort of wind down this part of the video diary now for tonight. And I will do the final outro tomorrow. Because as soon as I get home, I'm going straight to bed because I'm just knackered. Head up towards my estate. From me, it's good night for this part. You'll see me again in a few seconds' time, those who are watching on the computer. But for me, it's going to be quite a long time because I do need a good lie-in. So from me, good night. I'm home now. For you it's just been a few seconds, but for me it's been 10 hours. As soon as I was home this morning, at 2:30, I was that tired I just went straight to bed. I was just completely knackered. All in all, London was a fab day out. Started at Chelsea Street outside my house. I drove into Newcastle actually for the very first time ever. Parked up in Grainger Town multi-storey. £6 for an all-day ticket, that's alright. But that car park is really narrow. If you're driving a long sedan or very long car or something, I wouldn't recommend going in because the likelihood is you might scratch your paintwork. But me, because I drive a little Ford Fiesta, I could get into it no problem. Got the got the 559 to King's Cross. It was an HST. Came from Sunderland. Got down for 9:08. Journey was alright. Went over to Liverpool Street station first. No problems there whatsoever. Signed in. Got to see the new Crossrail trains. New TfL rail ones. they'll be operating on the Crossrail line when it opens up as well. I would love to go and see that. Afterwards, got the tube to Bank, and then Bank to London Bridge. London Bridge station was brilliant because it's had a massive transformation since 2013, and it looked much different than beforehand. The same usual trains I got from before, Southern, Southeastern and Great Thameslink as well. Signed in no problem there. The concourse is meant to be bigger than football pitches. And also I was right up against the Shard and looking all the way up, it was like hurting my neck. Afterwards got a Southeastern train from London Bridge to Charing Cross. Now, I'd only planned to do Charing Cross at the spur of a moment. Because of the fact I was getting me lunch and I only needed, what, 20-30 minutes? So I thought I would go and try and sign in. Unfortunately, Charing Cross station did not go down well. I went in the little station reception near one of the entrances. Told him I wanted to sign it and take pictures. And he had to phone up the shift station manager. And the shift station manager was not going to authorise it. So showed that with the bloke the guidelines. He was aware of them, he did say that. So the shift station manager came down. He said, "You've told us, you need to go and tell them, get a platform ticket and speak to them." Basically, I think he was just talking a load of old rubbish. That very, very, very rarely happens to me, that I get sort of turned down at a station. I got that fed up with that station, I thought I'll just bail out and go. Just throw Charing Cross in the bin. Because I've never had a problem there. I've been there before and signed in, but apparently one or two others have had problems trying to sign in there as well. So it may have been I just hit unlucky. After Charing Cross, I looked on the Golden Jubilee Bridge. The views, what you get, are brilliant, saying the London Eye and Westminster. And that's where I went over to afterwards, Westminster, so I got up and close to Big Ben and Downing Street and all that. Big Ben is sadly covered up in all that scaffolding for a good few years while they do restoration works, and of course it doesn't shine now until 2021, unless it's a Remembrance Day or New Year's Eve. After Westminster, went to Victoria Station, signed in there. I'd not been to that one for at least... Oh, kept my camera there. I'd not been to that one there for at least 6 years. It was alright. No new trains I saw, apart from that the Gatwick Express trains were a bit different than what they were beforehand. I think they're now using 377s. I think so. After Victoria, went to Buckingham Palace because it was just along the road, so I had a nice little walk along to there. I think the Queen was currently in residence because the British flag was waving. Then afterwards went through Green Park to Green Park Tube Station, and I got to the Ritz Hotel, and I couldn't believe it, but actually the blokes at the door, the letters "Thank you to the Ritz," they actually let us inside the lobby, just the lobby only, just to get some pictures, and I had a photograph with the legendary receptionist Michael D'Cuza. You've probably seen him in the news and all that, but he's won a lot of TripAdvisor awards and that, and he's a brilliant guy to speak to. I would love to go in the Ritz Hotel properly dressed next time and have a meal there. Love it. So after that we went to Euston Station, no problems there. Saw Class 319s that had been cascaded to London North Western Railway, ex-Thameslink ones. Some went to Northern Rail, of course, for services in and out of Manchester and Liverpool. And after that I did King's Cross Station, which was alright. Saw Grand Central and Hull trains. Because of the fact I did both stations in the rush hour, it meant trains were running double length, and of course there were more running per hour than what they would normally do at normal times of the day. Then I went to Oxford Circus, had dinner, so I went to see Oxford Street. I walked down Regent Street, nipped into Hamley's toy shop. Bit famous shop, it's been there for, I think since the 1700s actually. Saw Piccadilly Circus. Then I decided to go to Waterloo station because I had a bit of time, and again only here 25 minutes there, and once again no problem signing in there. It's all Southeastern Railway, that station, what used to be South West trains, and in the space of 20-30 minutes I got quite a lot going in and out. Then after Waterloo, made one more stop off at Leicester Sq, and then got to St Pancras, saw one of my lovely friends, Leanne Fadlin. Oh, she was so excited to see us, and so was I. Hey, lovely to see you, Leanne. Hope to see you again if you come up here one day. And then jumped on the 2200 back to Newcastle. The journey going down was an HST, and going back was an HST. Now, the last couple of times I've gotten the 2200 service, it's been an electric, and it's gone Doncaster straight back up to York, and then stayed at York station for about 25 minutes. But this time we turned off the East Coast Main Line and we went through Nottingham, Pontefract, Shepton and Elmet and Church Fenton stations. Although I didn't really see them because I was trying to have a nap because I was that tired. Once I got back to Newcastle, I jumped in my car. Getting out of that multi-storey, just had to basically coast out very slowly, and then I got back here. Well, yesterday was my last ever long distance train journey. In fact, my last ever journey on a discounted ticket. I'm back to work next week because this, my rail card, expires 7th of May. I'm 26. You can use this up to the end of your 26th birthday, up until the end of your 25, and so when this expires, that's it, finished. This rail card has got me all over the country, places I'd never ever thought I would get to in my life. I've had this since 2009, but now it's time to go on full adult fares. So from this rail card, it's goodbye from that. Put that on there. When will I be back on the trains next? I don't know. Now it's full adult fares for me. You're only going to see me very every now and then. But I'll still be around, you know. I haven't disappeared from the hobby altogether. I'm not going to do that. But it could be like every few months, maybe I do it out and I'll just have to save a bit more. Hopefully I will be getting on holiday this September, and I would love to take to the skies. I want to go to Benidorm for my holidays, actually. You never know. Well, thank you very much for watching this. Follow me on Twitter, Dodds, the link is on the bottom left hand corner of the screen. I will see you the next time I do a video diary. So for me, it's good afternoon and good night.